Welcome, wanderers of the dark and seekers of the unknown, to Whispers on the Asphalt, your go-to channel for spine-tingling tales and haunted histories. Here, we explore the eerie corners of the world where shadows stretch longer than they should and the hum of tires on pavement is often accompanied by whispers from beyond. Today, we embark on a chilling journey along some of the most haunted highways in the Pacific Northwest, a region renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, dense forests, and a rich tapestry of folklore that blurs the line between myth and reality. The Pacific Northwest, with its mist-shrouded mountains, winding coastal roads, and endless stretches of wilderness, has long been a breeding ground for ghostly legends and unexplained phenomena. These highways, carved through rugged terrain and steeped in history, are more than mere conduits for travel. They are corridors of mystery, where the past lingers like fog over a moonlit lake. From spectral hitchhikers to phantom vehicles, from cursed landmarks to blood-soaked stretches of asphalt, these roads hold secrets that defy explanation and challenge the boundaries of belief. In this two-part series, we will peel back the layers of the supernatural, revealing the haunting stories behind the region's most infamous routes. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, prepare to have your curiosity piqued and your courage tested as we delve into the unknown. So buckle up, keep your headlights on, and join us as we navigate the shadowy highways of the Pacific Northwest. Let the journey begin. Beneath the vast, star-studded skies of the American West lies a realm where nature's beauty collides with an ancient and untamed mystery. The forests of this region, towering pines, gnarled oaks, and labyrinthine groves, stand as silent sentinels to centuries of human history, folklore, and fear. These woods are not merely landscapes. They are living entities, steeped in stories that transcend time and reason. From the dense canopies of Oregon's coastal rainforests to the rugged wilderness of Wyoming's mountain ranges, these haunted forests beckon adventurers, curiosity seekers, and those brave enough to confront the unknown. For as long as humans have wandered beneath their shadowy boughs, tales of the supernatural have flourished within these wooded realms. Locals speak in hushed tones of ghostly apparitions drifting between trees, disembodied voices carried on the wind, and eerie lights dancing through the darkness. Campers recount nights filled with inexplicable noises, branches snapping without cause, footsteps echoing when no one is near, and whispers that seem to emanate from nowhere yet everywhere at once. Some claim to have seen spectral figures clad in tattered garments, remnants of pioneers or indigenous spirits bound to the land by tragedy or injustice. Others tell of animals behaving strangely, as if reacting to unseen predators lurking just beyond mortal perception. These forests are more than mere backdrops for campfire legends. They are places where the boundary between our world and the next grows perilously thin. Many attribute their haunting qualities to the violent histories embedded in the soil beneath their roots. Wars, massacres, disappearances, and unsolved crimes have left indelible scars upon these lands, giving rise to restless spirits said to wander endlessly among the trees. Yet, there is also an older, deeper magic at play, a force tied to the land itself, a power older than humanity, whispering secrets only the bravest dare to hear. As we embark on this chilling exploration of the most haunted forests in the American West, prepare to step off the beaten path and into the heart of the unknown. Each forest holds its own unique story, blending history, myth, and first-hand accounts of encounters with the unexplainable. Whether you're a skeptic drawn to the allure of the macabre or a believer eager to delve into the supernatural, these tales will leave you questioning what lies hidden in the shadows, and whether it watches back. So gather close, dear reader, as we venture into the whispering woods. What awaits us is both beautiful and terrifying, sacred and profane. And remember, while the trees may seem silent, they are never truly still. The forbidden grove of Tillamook State Forest nestled along the mist-shrouded coastline of northern Oregon, the Tillamook State Forest stretches across 364,000 acres of lush greenery, towering Douglas firs, and winding trails that snake through its ancient heart. Known for its breathtaking natural beauty and abundant wildlife, this forest has long been a haven for hikers, hunters, and outdoor enthusiasts seeking solace in nature's embrace. Yet beneath its serene exterior lies a darker narrative, one whispered about in local taverns and around flickering campfires. Deep within its depths lies the Forbidden Grove, a patch of woodland shrouded in superstition and dread, where the air grows colder and the light fades unnaturally fast, even during midday. The origins of the Forbidden Grove's haunting reputation date back to the early 19th century, when settlers first ventured into the region. According to Native American tribes who lived nearby, the grove was considered sacred ground, a place where the veil between the physical world and the spirit realm was thinnest. They spoke of a malevolent entity known as the Wraithwood Spirit, a shape-shifting force that guarded the grove against intruders. Those foolish enough to enter would find themselves disoriented, their senses dulled by an overwhelming sense of dread. Elders warned that anyone who lingered too long might never return, their souls claimed by the forest forever. Modern accounts paint an equally chilling picture. In 1978, a group of college students embarked on a camping trip deep within the forest, determined to debunk the myths surrounding the Forbidden Grove. Despite warnings from locals, they pressed onward, armed with flashlights, cameras, and youthful bravado. That night, disaster struck. One member of the group, Sarah Mitchell, vanished without a trace after wandering away from the campsite to fetch firewood. Search parties combed the area for weeks but found no sign of her, not a single footprint, scrap of clothing, or piece of gear. Her disappearance became the stuff of legend, with some claiming she had fallen victim to the Wraithwood Spirit. Those who dared to follow in their footsteps reported strange phenomena linked to the grove. Hikers described feeling an inexplicable weight pressing down on them as they approach, as though the very air resists their presence. Others report hearing faint whispers carried on the wind, voices speaking in languages unfamiliar and unsettling. The most common account involves compasses spinning erratically, GPS devices malfunctioning, and trails vanishing entirely, leaving travelers hopelessly lost despite remaining within sight of familiar landmarks. Even experienced outdoorsmen admit to feeling a creeping sense of paranoia, as if unseen eyes are watching them from behind the trees. Photographic evidence adds another layer of intrigue. Over the years, numerous visitors have captured images of shadowy figures standing amidst the foliage, their forms indistinct yet undeniably humanoid. Infrared cameras reveal cold spots concentrated in specific areas, particularly near the base of a massive, gnarled tree said to mark the center of the grove. Dubbed the Sentinel by paranormal investigators, this ancient giant bears claw-like branches twisted skyward and bark scarred with carvings believed to be centuries old. Some speculate these markings represent warnings left by past explorers, while others believe they serve as portals through which the Wraithwood Spirit emerges. Perhaps the most disturbing encounter occurred in 2015, when a documentary crew filming a segment on haunted forests decided to spend the night in the Forbidden Grove. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment, they set up camp near the Sentinel, capturing hours of footage under the cover of darkness. What they recorded defied explanation: orbs of light darting between trees, disembodied laughter echoing through the silence, and a low, guttural growl emanating from somewhere deep within the woods. At one point, the camera operator swore he saw a figure crouched atop the Sentinel, its glowing eyes fixed directly on the lens. When reviewed later, the footage revealed nothing visible to the naked eye, but audio analysis picked up a chilling message repeated over and over. Leave now. Despite, or perhaps because of, its ominous reputation, the Forbidden Grove continues to attract thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Local guides offer tours tailored to those eager to experience its eerie atmosphere firsthand, though they caution participants to tread carefully and respect the forest's boundaries. For many, the allure lies not only in the promise of encountering something otherworldly but also in confronting the primal fear of being utterly alone in the wild. Yet, as each new visitor steps into the grove, they must ask themselves, are they prepared to face whatever dwells within its shadows? Or will they become another chapter in the haunting legacy of Tillamook State Forest? The blackened pines of Coconino National Forest in the high desert plains of northern Arizona, where red rocks rise like monuments to eternity and the air carries the tang of sagebrush, lies Coconino National Forest, a sprawling expanse of rugged terrain and ancient forests. Among its countless wonders, one location stands out as particularly foreboding: the blackened pines, a remote cluster of charred trees whose blackened trunks jut skyward like skeletal fingers clutching at the heavens. This grim tableau is the result of a devastating wildfire that swept through the region in 1892, consuming everything in its path. But the flames left behind more than ash and ruin. They birthed a legend so dark it continues to haunt the imaginations of those who dare to venture near. According to local lore, the fire was no accident. It began on a moonless night, sparked by a curse placed upon the land by a wronged Apache shaman. Elders tell of how settlers encroached upon sacred ground, desecrating burial sites and cutting down trees revered by the tribe as spiritual guardians. Enraged by their disrespect, the shaman performed a ritual meant to punish the interlopers, calling forth a blaze fueled not by earthly elements, but by vengeance itself. The inferno raged uncontrollably for days, consuming homes, livestock, and entire families. When the smoke finally cleared, survivors claimed to see shadowy figures moving among the smoldering remains, spirits of those who perished, doomed to roam the scorched earth for eternity. Today, the blackened pines remain a stark reminder of that fateful night. Visitors report an oppressive atmosphere descending upon them as they approach, the temperature dropping abruptly despite the arid climate. The scent of burning wood lingers faintly in the air, though no fires burn nearby. Birds avoid the area entirely, and even insects seem reluctant to cross its threshold. Those who press onward often describe hearing faint crackling sounds, as if embers still smolder beneath the surface, accompanied by the distant wail of voices crying out in anguished point. One of the most persistent legends tied to the blackened pines concerns a young girl named Eliza Callahan, who disappeared during the original fire. Historical records indicate she was last seen running toward the woods, clutching a doll made of corn husks. To this day, hikers claim to encounter her ghost wandering aimlessly among the ruins, her translucent form illuminated by flashes of orange light reminiscent of flames. Witnesses describe her face as streaked with soot, her eyes wide with terror, as she pleads for help before vanishing into thin air. Some swear they've found small dolls crafted from singed fabric lying at the base of the blackened trees, though none recall seeing them prior to entering the area. Paranormal investigators have documented numerous instances of inexplicable activity centered around the blackened pines. Thermal imaging cameras reveal anomalies in the form of heat signatures appearing sporadically, despite the absence of any visible source. Electromagnetic field (EMF) meters spike unpredictably, particularly near the largest tree in the grove, a monolith known locally as the Burnt Sentinel. Its trunk bears deep gouges resembling claw marks, though no animal large enough to create such damage could survive in the barren landscape. EVP recordings capture fragmented phrases spoken in languages unfamiliar to modern linguists, interspersed with anguished cries and guttural growls. Even seasoned outdoorsmen admit to feeling uneasy in the vicinity of the blackened pines. Trails leading into the area twist unnaturally, looping back on themselves or ending abruptly at dead ends. Compasses spin wildly, rendering navigation nearly impossible. Several reports detail individuals becoming temporarily paralyzed, unable to move or speak as an unseen force grips them tightly. One camper described waking up to find his tent surrounded by a circle of glowing embers, their light casting sinister shadows across the fabric. When he attempted to flee, the ground beneath him turned soft and yielding, as though walking through quicksand, forcing him to retreat until dawn broke. Despite its ominous reputation, the blackened pines attract curious travelers eager to test their courage against the unknown. Local tour operators offer guided excursions into the area, complete with historical context and safety precautions. Participants are warned not to stray from marked paths and to carry protective charms blessed by tribal elders, should they wish to appease the restless spirits. For some, the allure lies in unraveling the mysteries of the past. For others, it's the thrill of confronting forces beyond human comprehension. Yet, as each new visitor steps into the shadow of the burnt trees, they must weigh the risks against the rewards. Are they prepared to face the wrath of a vengeful shaman, or will they succumb to the same fate as those who came before? The blackened pines stand as a testament to the enduring power of anger and grief, reminders that some wounds never heal, and some fires never truly go out. The whispering aspens of Uintah-Wasatch National Forest, deep within the snow-capped peaks and alpine meadows of Utah's Uintah-Wasatch National Forest, lies a secluded grove unlike any other, the the Whispering Aspens. This ethereal enclave, home to a dense concentration of quaking aspen trees, is renowned for its surreal beauty and haunting ambience. During daylight hours, sunlight filters through the golden leaves, creating a kaleidoscope of shimmering hues that dance across the forest floor. But as twilight descends, the grove transforms into something far more enigmatic, earning its name from the eerie whispers that seem to emanate from the trees themselves. These murmurs, faint yet insistent, have led many to believe the aspens harbor secrets best left undisturbed. Local legends attribute the grove's peculiar qualities to a tragic event that unfolded in the late 19th century. According to oral histories passed down by early Mormon settlers, a young woman named Abigail Hartley vanished while gathering herbs near the aspen grove. Her disappearance sparked a frantic search, but all efforts proved fruitless. Months later, hunters stumbled upon her remains entangled in the roots of a massive aspen tree. Strangely, the tree appeared to have grown around her body, its bark bearing intricate patterns resembling human faces frozen in expressions of agony. Rumors spread that Abigail had been lured into the grove by an unseen force, her soul trapped within the interconnected root system of the aspens, a phenomenon scientists now refer to as a clonal colony, where individual trees share a single root network spanning hundreds of years. The connection between the aspens and Abigail's fate forms the crux of the grove's haunting reputation. Visitors frequently report hearing faint whispers carried on the breeze, voices speaking in fragmented sentences that defy comprehension. Some claim to recognize words like help or run, while others describe gibberish that sends chills down their spines. The sound seems to emanate from every direction simultaneously, making it impossible to pinpoint its origin. Adding to the unease is the sensation of being watched. Many recount feeling eyes boring into them, though no living creature can be seen. Photographs taken within the whispering aspens often reveal anomalies that defy logical explanation. Cameras capture blurry figures standing among the trees, their forms indistinct yet unmistakably humanoid. Infrared imaging reveals cold spots concentrated near the bases of the oldest aspens, suggesting the presence of entities unbound by conventional physics. One particularly chilling image shows what appears to be a face pressed against the lens, its features distorted yet eerily lifelike. Researchers analyzing the photograph noted subtle movements in the background, as if the trees themselves were shifting positions imperceptibly. Overnight stays in the grove yield some of the most harrowing accounts. Campers describe waking up to find their sleeping bags tangled impossibly tight, as though restrained by invisible hands. Others report seeing shadowy figures darting between the trees, disappearing before they can be identified. A recurring theme involves dreams, or nightmares, that feel disturbingly real. One hiker recounted dreaming of a woman with sunken eyes pleading for release, her voice echoing long after he awoke drenched in sweat. Upon returning home, he discovered scratches on his arms resembling claw marks, though he had no memory of injuring himself. Paranormal investigators have conducted extensive studies in the whispering aspens, capturing compelling evidence of supernatural activity. Audio recordings reveal overlapping voices speaking in hushed tones, their words muffled yet urgent. Thermal cameras detect sudden drops in temperature, especially near the largest aspen tree dubbed the Mother Tree, due to its central role in the clonal colony. Visual spectrum analysis of video footage captured during nighttime expeditions reveals orbs of light hovering around the base of the tree, pulsating rhythmically as if alive. Despite, or perhaps because of, its foreboding reputation, the whispering aspens continue to draw visitors eager to experience its eerie allure. Local guides offer specialized tours catering to thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts, providing insights into the grove's history and folklore. Participants are encouraged to bring protective talismans and maintain respectful conduct, lest they provoke the ire of whatever resides within. For many, the opportunity to commune with the spirits of the past, or simply bask in the uncanny atmosphere, is worth the risk. Yet, as each new traveler ventures into the grove, they must grapple with the knowledge that not all who enter return unchanged. The whispering aspens stand as a testament to the fragility of life and the enduring power of memory, reminding us that nature itself can hold on to sorrow long after the rest of the world has moved on. Will you heed the whispers, or will you become another voice lost among the leaves? The hollow cedars of Shasta Trinity National Forest in the shadow of Mount Shasta, California's mystical peak shrouded in myth and mysticism, lies the Shasta Trinity National Forest, a sprawling wilderness dotted with pristine lakes, volcanic plateaus, and ancient cedar groves. Among these majestic trees, one cluster stands apart, the hollow cedars, a collection of towering giants whose hollowed trunks bear witness to centuries of decay and resilience. These arboreal specters, weathered by time and the elements, exude an aura of quiet menace that has earned them a fearsome reputation among locals and adventurers alike. Within their cavernous interiors, shadows deepen and whispers echo, as if the forest itself breathes with a consciousness all its own. The origins of the hollow cedar's haunting legacy are intertwined with the region's tumultuous history. Long before European settlers arrived, the area was home to the Winter people, who revered the cedars as sacred beings imbued with spiritual power. According to tribal elders, the trees served as gateways to the spirit world, portals through which ancestors could communicate with the living. However, contact with outsiders brought devastation, disease, displacement, and violence decimated the Winter population, leaving their traditions scattered and forgotten. It is said that the spirits of those who perished refused to leave the land, instead taking refuge within the hollow trunks of the cedars, where they remain to this day. Modern-day accounts paint a vivid portrait of the unease that permeates the hollow cedars. Visitors describe an immediate shift in atmosphere upon entering the grove, as if crossing an invisible threshold into another realm. The air grows heavier, tinged with the faint smell of damp earth and rotting wood. Birdsong ceases abruptly, replaced by an oppressive silence broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves or snap of a twig. Many report feeling an overwhelming sense of being watched, as though unseen eyes track their every movement. Some claim to catch glimpses of figures darting between the trees, their forms blurred and fleeting, vanishing before they can be confronted. One of the most chilling tales associated with the hollow cedars involves a logging crew operating in the area during the 1950s. Tasked with clearing portions of the forest for timber, the men quickly grew uneasy as tools went missing, equipment malfunctioned, and inexplicable accidents plagued their work. One evening, a logger named Harold Jenkins failed to return to camp after venturing into the grove alone. Search parties scoured the area for days but found no trace of him, until weeks later, when a park ranger discovered his journal wedged inside the hollow trunk of a massive cedar. The final entry read, "They're here. They won't let me leave. I hear them whispering my name." No further sign of Jenkins was ever found. Paranormal investigators have documented numerous incidents of unexplained phenomena within the hollow cedars. EMF detectors routinely register spikes in electromagnetic activity, particularly near the largest tree in the grove, known colloquially as the Sentinel. Thermal cameras reveal cold spots concentrated within the hollow trunks, suggesting the presence of entities unbound by physical laws. Audio recordings capture faint voices muttering indistinct phrases, interspersed with sharp cracks and groans that mimic the sound of trees splitting under pressure. One investigator reported hearing a blood-curdling scream emanating from deep within the Sentinel, followed by absolute silence. Campers and hikers who brave overnight stays in the vicinity of the hollow cedars recount equally unsettling experiences. Tents collapse inexplicably, as if crushed by an unseen force, while sleeping bags twist tightly around occupants, restricting movement. Several describe waking up to find themselves staring into the hollowed interior of a nearby cedar, only to glimpse shadowy figures retreating into the darkness. Others report hearing footsteps circling their campsites, accompanied by low, guttural growls that send shivers down their spines. One couple claimed to see a pair of glowing eyes peering out from the mouth of a hollow trunk, blinking slowly before disappearing without a sound. Despite, or perhaps because of, its ominous reputation, the hollow cedars attract curious travelers eager to probe the boundaries of the unknown. Local guides offer specialized tours tailored to those seeking thrills or enlightenment, emphasizing respect for the land and its spirits. Participants are advised to carry protective charms blessed by indigenous elders and to avoid lingering too long within the grove. For some, the allure lies in unraveling the mysteries of the past. For others, it's the adrenaline rush of confronting forces beyond human comprehension. Yet, As each new visitor steps into the shadow of the hollowed trunks, they must weigh the risks against the rewards. Are they prepared to face the wrath of restless spirits, or will they succumb to the same fate as those who came before? The hollow cedars stand as a testament to the enduring power of memory and loss, reminders that some wounds never heal, and some forests never truly forgive. The shadow-bound canopy of Gifford Pinchot National Forest, tucked away in the southwestern corner of Washington state, Gifford Pinchot National Forest sprawls across 1.3 million acres of rugged terrain, encompassing verdant valleys, cascading waterfalls, and dense woodlands teeming with biodiversity. Yet, amid this natural splendor lies a stretch of forest so notoriously foreboding that even seasoned outdoorsmen hesitate to tread its paths: the shadow-bound canopy. This labyrinthine expanse of towering firs and hemlocks casts an eternal gloom, its thick canopy blotting out sunlight and plunging the forest floor into perpetual twilight. Here, the air feels heavier, charged with an electric tension that prickles the skin, and the silence is deafening, broken only by the faint rustle of leaves and the occasional drip of moisture from overhead branches. The shadow-bound canopy owes its ominous reputation to a string of disappearances dating back to the early 20th century. Locals speak in hushed tones of a mysterious phenomenon they call the pull, an inexplicable compulsion that draws individuals deeper into the forest, away from marked trails and safety. The first recorded incident occurred in 1903, when a team of surveyors mapping the region vanished without a trace. Rescue operations uncovered abandoned equipment and cryptic notes scrawled in journals, hinting at confusion and mounting panic. One entry read, "The trees, they're moving. We can't find our way back." Though search parties combed the area extensively, no bodies were recovered, fueling speculation that the men had fallen prey to something far stranger than mere misadventure. Decades later, similar cases emerged, each sharing eerie parallels. In 1956, a family of 4 camping near the edge of the shadow-bound canopy disappeared overnight, leaving behind a fully stocked tent, smoldering campfire, and half-eaten dinner. Their vehicle remained parked precisely where they'd left it, keys dangling in the ignition. Theories abounded: wild animals, foul play, alien abduction, but none could account for the lack of evidence or the peculiar condition of the site. Most baffling was the discovery of footprints leading away from the campsite, only to vanish abruptly after several hundred yards, as if the ground itself had swallowed them whole. Modern encounters paint an equally unsettling picture. Hikers report feeling an irresistible urge to wander off-trail, drawn by an unseen force that clouds judgment and overrides rational thought. Compasses spin erratically, GPS devices lose signal, and landmarks appear distorted or relocated entirely. Those who manage to resist the pull describe hearing faint whispers emanating from the trees, voices layered with desperation and malice. Some claim to see shadowy figures flitting between the trunks, their movements jerky and unnatural. Others recount visions of glowing eyes peering out from the darkness, blinking slowly before retreating into the depths of the forest. Paranormal investigators have ventured into the shadow-bound canopy, armed with advanced technology and a healthy dose of skepticism. Thermal imaging cameras reveal anomalous heat signatures clustered around specific trees, while EMF meters detect significant spikes in electromagnetic activity. Audio recordings capture overlapping voices speaking in fragmented sentences, their tones ranging from mournful to menacing. Perhaps the most compelling evidence comes from video footage shot during a live investigation broadcast online. Viewers watching the feed spotted a humanoid figure darting across the screen in real time, prompting widespread debate about the nature of the entity inhabiting the forest. Overnight stays in the shadow-bound canopy yield some of the most harrowing accounts. Campers describe waking up to find their tents surrounded by a ring of mushrooms glowing faintly in the dark, their caps emitting a sickly green luminescence. Others report seeing their reflections in puddles or streams distorted beyond recognition, as if an unseen hand were manipulating the water's surface. A recurring theme involves dreams, or nightmares, that blur the line between reality and hallucination. One hiker recounted dreaming of a procession of shadowy figures marching silently through the forest, their faces obscured by hoods. Upon waking, he discovered his boots caked with mud, though he had no memory of leaving his tent. Despite, or perhaps because of, its foreboding reputation, the shadow-bound canopy attracts thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts eager to test their courage against the unknown. Local guides offer specialized tours catering to those intrigued by the forest's dark allure, emphasizing caution and respect for its boundaries. Participants are urged to carry protective talismans and maintain constant communication with base teams, lest they fall victim to the pull themselves. For many, the opportunity to confront forces beyond human understanding is worth the risk, though few emerge unchanged. Yet, as each new visitor steps into the twilight of the shadow-bound canopy, they must grapple with the knowledge that not all who enter return. The forest stands as a testament to the fragility of human perception and the enduring mystery of the natural world, reminding us that some places are better left undisturbed. Will you heed the warnings, or will you become another shadow lost beneath the canopy? Dear reader, as we bring this journey through the haunted forests of the American West to a close, I hope you've felt the same spine-tingling allure that has drawn countless souls to these spectral sanctuaries. These stories are more than just campfire tales or urban legends. They are fragments of history, stitched together by human emotion, tragedy, and the unrelenting passage of time. Each creaking branch, each whispered name, and each fleeting shadow serves as a reminder that the past is never truly gone. It lingers, waiting for someone brave enough to listen. But why stop here? If these accounts have stirred something within you, a spark of curiosity, a shiver of excitement, I urge you to take the next step. Visit one of these haunted forests yourself. Walk the same trails where spirits are said to roam, sleep beneath the same canopies where history's echoes reverberate, and let the unknown brush against your senses. Whether you're a skeptic seeking proof or a believer eager to commune with the other side, these woodlands offer an unparalleled opportunity to confront the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil. And when you return, share your story. Did you feel the icy touch of a ghostly hand? Hear the faint strains of music in an empty clearing? Or perhaps nothing happened at all, but isn't that silence just as intriguing? Your experiences add to the rich tapestry of lore surrounding these haunted forests, ensuring their legacies endure for generations to come. Until then, keep your lanterns lit and your courage steady. The spirits are waiting.